Elina is a huge fighter, and I've seen it many times. I've been watching her since I was a kid, so to be able to compete with her today is such an honor.
Alex Eala just beat world number 8 Elina Svitolina 6-3, 6-4 to reach the semifinals of the Berlin Open. Today.
Right now.
And somehow that might not even be the craziest part, because she did it less than 24 hours after defeating world number 2 Elina Rybakina in one of the biggest wins of her entire career. Read that again. World number 2 yesterday. World number 8 today. Back-to-back. On grass. At a WTA 500 event. Against two of the toughest players on the planet. This is no longer just a good tournament for Alex Eala. This is beginning to look like the week that changes everything. Drop a Philippine flag in the comments if you stayed awake to watch this live, because what's happening in Berlin right now feels bigger than a hot streak. It feels like the arrival of a genuine star. And before we talk about Wimbledon, rankings, or what comes next, we need to properly understand what she just did today. Because the scoreline alone doesn't tell the whole story. Elina Svitolina is not the kind of player you casually beat in straight sets. She's a former world number 3. A Grand Slam semi-finalist, an Olympic medalist, a player respected across the tour for one reason above all else. She survives. You don't blow Svitolina off the court easily. You don't rush her. You don't scare her. And if you lose focus for even a few minutes, she drags you into the kind of grinding, exhausting battle that slowly destroys your confidence point by point. That's why today mattered so much. Because Alex Eala never let the match become that kind of fight. From the opening games, she came out fearless. No nerves, no hesitation, no feeling out process. Just immediate aggression, immediate intent, immediate pressure. 3 love in the blink of an eye. The Philippine flags inside the Steffi Graf Stadion were already flying wildly, while Svitolina was still trying to settle into rhythm. And that rhythm never fully came. To her credit, Svitolina responded like elite players do. She clawed her way back to 4-3, extending rallies, forcing longer exchanges, trying to drag Eala into uncomfortable territory. That's normally where experience takes over. That's normally where younger players begin overhitting.
But not today.
Eala stayed composed, calm between points, sharp off both wings. Every time Svitolina tried to turn the match into a physical grind, Eala accelerated the tempo again. 2 more games. 6-3 first set. And suddenly the upset started feeling very real. But here's where this performance became even more impressive. The second set could have unraveled emotionally. That happens constantly after huge wins. Especially after emotional victories over players like Elina Rybakina. The adrenaline crashes. The concentration slips. The body tightens. Instead, Alex Eala somehow looked stronger. The set stayed tight early. 2-2. Neither player blinking. Neither player giving anything away. Then Eala shifted gears again. And this is the part that should genuinely scare the rest of the WTA field. She's beginning to recognize momentum in real time. The best players in the world understand exactly when to attack. Exactly when opponents are vulnerable. Exactly when to step on the gas before a match slips away. That instinct cannot be taught easily. And today, Eala showed it. She surged from 2-2 to 5-2 with ruthless efficiency. The crowd inside Berlin could feel history getting closer with every point. Svitolina fought back because of course she did. That's who she is. 2 straight games. 5-4, pressure rising. Tension everywhere. And suddenly every Filipino fan watching around the world was holding their breath. Because this is where matches become mental. This is where younger players often panic. This is where top veterans usually steal momentum. But Eala closed the door. No collapse. No fear. No drama. Just composed, front foot tennis under pressure. 1 final hold. 6-4, match over. Semifinals. And not just any semifinal. Her first ever Berlin Open semifinal. In her tournament debut, after beating 2 elite players on consecutive days. That alone would already make this the biggest grass court week of her life. But the deeper you look into this run, the more extraordinary it becomes. Because today's win only makes sense once you understand what happened yesterday. And yesterday might end up being remembered as the moment the tennis world officially realized Alex Eala belongs among the elite. Elina Rybakina entered that match as the world number 2, the reigning Australian Open champion, one of the most feared grass court players alive, a former Wimbledon champion with an almost absurd winning percentage on this surface. And perhaps most importantly, she had already beaten Eala recently. Just weeks earlier in Rome, Rybakina defeated her in straight sets.
Comfortably.
After that match, Eala herself admitted the obvious challenge. "She's 2 meters tall," she said honestly. "It's difficult." That quote mattered because it showed respect. But Berlin showed something else. Adaptation.
Growth. Belief.
The match started exactly how everyone expected. Rybakina broke early, held easily, opened a 4-1 lead in barely 15 minutes. The power difference looked overwhelming. Commentators started discussing how quickly the match might end. Then something changed. Eala stopped reacting to Rybakina's power and started taking time away from her instead. She stepped inside the baseline earlier, redirected pace, used her left-handed angles beautifully. Suddenly the rallies looked different. Suddenly the world number 2 looked uncomfortable. And once belief entered the match, everything changed. The comeback felt almost surreal. Point after point, game after game. The energy inside the stadium transformed completely. By the third set, the pressure had shifted entirely onto Rybakina. And when match point finally arrived, Eala delivered. The final return floated long.
Game. Set. Match.
Alex Eala defeats Elina Rybakina, one of the biggest wins of her career. But honestly, the most unforgettable moment came afterward. Not the handshake, not the celebration, not even the scoreboard. It was the interview. Because when she spoke afterward, there was no polished athlete response. No media-trained speech. No rehearsed emotional quote. Just honesty. Pure, overwhelmed, human honesty. "I'm still shaking." That was the first thing she said. Then she started talking about calling her dad. "I just said, 'Oh my God.' And we were screaming. My mom was there too." That's it. That was the moment. That was the exact moment millions of fans connected emotionally to this run. Because greatness in sports becomes unforgettable when audiences can still see the human being underneath the athlete. And Alex Eala still looked like someone processing the impossible in real time. That authenticity matters. Fans can feel the difference. The internet exploded afterward. Highlights spread everywhere. Filipino fans flooded social media. Tennis analysts suddenly started asking a question that barely existed a week ago. Could Alex Eala actually become dangerous at Wimbledon? And when you zoom out and connect all 3 Berlin wins together, the answer starts becoming very interesting. Round 1 against Donna Vekic required resilience. Vekic entered Berlin red-hot after winning Queen's Club. Grass suited her game beautifully. She had momentum, confidence, experience. Eala beat her anyway. Then came Rybakina, a completely different challenge. Massive serving, relentless baseline power. One of the best grass court resumes in tennis. Eala adapted and won again. Then less than 24 hours later came Svitolina. Another completely different stylistic problem. A grinder, a defender, a tactical veteran who survives through discipline and patience. And again, Eala solved the puzzle. 3 opponents, 3 completely different styles, 3 completely different tactical demands. And she handled all of them. That's the detail that separates genuine breakthroughs from temporary hot streaks. This doesn't look random anymore. This looks sustainable. Now let's talk about the bigger picture, because the numbers are becoming impossible to ignore. Alex Eala is now 8-1 on grass in 2026. 8 wins, 1 loss. That's it. She already won Birmingham. Now she's into the Berlin semifinals. And the only loss during this entire grass swing came against her close friend Eva Liss at Queen's Club. That's not just good form. That's elite-level consistency on one of the hardest surfaces in tennis. And the ripple effects are already spreading across the tour. Rybakina withdrew from Bad Homburg immediately after losing to Eala, citing hip discomfort. Her Wimbledon preparation suddenly looks uncertain. Meanwhile, Eala's confidence is skyrocketing at exactly the right time. And now comes another huge test. Linda Noskova. Same age, same fearless mentality. One of the most dangerous floaters in women's tennis. This is the same player who stunned Iga Swiatek at the Australian Open as a teenager. She's powerful, aggressive, completely capable of blowing opponents off the court when she catches fire. But here's the problem for Noskova. This version of Alex Eala suddenly looks prepared for everything. She's defending brilliantly, returning aggressively, taking the ball early, managing pressure better than almost anyone expected. And maybe most importantly, she's beginning to trust herself against elite players. That changes everything. Because talent was never the question with Alex Eala. People always knew she had clean ball striking, athletic movement, lefty angles, high-level timing. The real question was whether she truly believed she belonged with the best players in the world. Berlin might have answered that question permanently. And now Wimbledon is just over a week away. That's where this entire story suddenly becomes even more exciting. Because the ranking points from Berlin could lock in a Wimbledon seed for the first time in her career. That matters enormously. Seeds avoid other top players early in tournaments. Seeds get protection in draws. Seeds signal status. And if Eala secures one, the entire perception around her changes overnight. She stops being viewed as a dangerous outsider. She becomes a legitimate threat. A player nobody wants to face early. And honestly, after this week, can you really blame anyone for feeling nervous about drawing her? She just beat the world number 2, then the world number 8, on grass, in consecutive days. At 21 years old, the ceiling suddenly looks much higher than people realized. That doesn't mean she's suddenly the Wimbledon favorite. Let's stay realistic. Grass tennis is brutal. Momentum changes fast. Pressure grows heavier every round. But this run proved something critically important. Alex Eala's game translates to elite grass court tennis. The timing, the early ball striking, the left-handed patterns, the composure under pressure. It all works here. And if you combine that with growing confidence, that's where things get dangerous. Now the question becomes psychological. Can she sustain this attention? Because life changes quickly after breakthrough weeks like this. Suddenly, every camera follows you. Every opponent studies your patterns more carefully. Every match carries heavier expectations. That transition from underdog to target is one of the hardest adjustments in sports. Some players embrace it, others collapse under it. But right now, Eala looks ready. Not perfect, not finished, but ready. And maybe that's why this run feels so important emotionally for Filipino fans too. Because it doesn't feel accidental anymore. It feels earned. Every comeback, every upset, every moment under pressure. She's building belief point by point right in front of us. And honestly, you can feel the entire tennis world starting to react to it. Commentators sound different discussing her now. Opponents look more cautious. Crowds get louder. The respect is becoming real. That's what breakthrough weeks do. They force people to stop seeing potential and start seeing results. And right now the results are screaming. Semi-finalist in Berlin. Victories over the world number 2 and world number 8. 8 wins in 9 grass matches. 1 week before Wimbledon. This is no longer hypothetical. This is happening. So, now I want to ask you something honestly. After everything you've watched this week, how far can she actually go at Wimbledon? Round of 16? Quarterfinal? Further? Because after Berlin, the conversation around Alex Eala has changed permanently. And the scariest part for the rest of the tour might be this. She still looks like she's improving in real time. The semi-final is next. The dream is growing. And somewhere in Berlin tonight, there's probably another phone call happening. Another oh my god. Another family screaming in disbelief. Because the tennis world might just be witnessing the beginning of something special. Leben always.